Okay, we have many reasons to say on social media that war is ravaging in the Middle East, entire Middle East spirals, and that if America and Israel and the allied forces, after prevailing on Iran, I think they are going to pay serious attention to Nigeria. That is what is circulating around the entire social media platform. Because Nigeria has been termed by United States of America and the other allied countries as a country of particular concern. What does this imply? It means we don't have sovereignty anymore. We don't have integrity anymore. Because the way and manner Christians are exposed to attack, incessant attack on daily basis by terrorists. Of course, we've seen in recent time how American congressmen, lawmakers, have been coming over time, visiting Nigeria, investigating Christian genocide as alleged. But after many weeks, American congressmen, concluded their research and findings and actually came out that Christians are largely persecuted in Nigeria, which is why we are all circulating it on social media that after Iran, Israel, US escalation, it is going to be the turn of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Nigeria as a country has no more integrity because Christians were subjected to incessant attack in Nigeria here by their Muslim counterparts, sponsored by most of the Islamic extremists. Extremists and all the elites, northern elites, are busy receiving funds, huge amount of money to sponsor Al-Qaeda, sponsoring ISIS, that's Boko Haram, bandit, Fulani herdsmen, and other terror groups like Lakarua. Lakarua is a Fulani militia group, and Mahmuda. There was a time their leader were apprehended in Nigeria, seized by the DSS and Nigerian military. The major leader of this terrorist platform, apprehended by the able, competent Nigerian soldiers. It is almost getting to 7-8 months now, and we have not heard anything about this, breakthrough by our military forces. So recently, we've not known how the case has gone. We don't know whether they have taken them to the court of law and tried them and bring them to book. The leaders of this terrorist group, if you ask me, there was a time it circulating on social media that they have been set free by their sponsors. So Israel and the USA are coming to at least deal with the terrorist group in Nigeria. With the kind of approach America gave to all the terrorist group in Nigeria on December 25th, early in the morning, by bombing their major camps at Sokoto Forest. We understand that most of them were decimated, neutralized, but the major sponsors, which is the main sources from where their incomes, are coming from, these elites, these sponsors, who are largely Fulanis, have never been brought to book. That's why it persisted. Yes, terrorism in Nigeria persisted, act of terror in Nigeria persisted because the main sources of the problem has not been actually tackled. and we are waiting today. Hopefully, America is coming after dealing with Iran. Iran is one of the major international communities, that are funding terrorism, all the terrorist platforms in the northern Nigeria. So the escalation right now going on in the Middle East, when it comes to an abrupt end, I think it is the turn of all the terrorist platforms in Nigeria to have a bitter pills or stuff of what America and Israel are made of. So which is why we are saying that the major sponsors, people that are funding the financiers of terrorism in Nigeria should be apprehended. Number one person is Gumi. Sheikh Gumi is a Muslim cleric who has been sponsoring, supporting the bandit, playing the roles of middleman. He has been going to the camps of the terrorists in the forest, Ambisa forest and other forests in the northwest, meddling between Nigeria and terrorists, receiving ransom funds paid by victims of terrorism, settling between Nigerian government and terrorists, and at the end of the day, he goes home with his own proceedings. Just imagine in this kind of country, a situation whereby a man is well known to have been playing the role of middleman, that is a broker between Nigeria and terrorists, and yet the system allows him to be free, allows him to speak free, threatening Christian communities, threatening Nigerian nation, with no one to ask him how. Ask him, why are you doing this? Don't you know about terrorist activities? How do you manage to know about their modus operandi? This is the kind of control we find ourselves. So right now, Gumi should be brought to book. El-Rufai, one of the major sponsors, is on police DSS net already. What about Malami, one of the financiers of this terrorist group? He is down as well at the DSS facilities. Malami has many questions to answer because he was discovered, in possession with containers full of sophisticated weapons sent to him by Iran and the other terrorist countries in the Middle East, Europe. Syria, Yemen has been penciled down as one of the countries funding all the northern elites, that are financing Boko Haram, ISWAP, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Al-Shabaab in the northern Nigeria. So we are hopefully expecting Israel and the USA to turn to Nigeria to have, all the terrorist activities in Nigeria put on hold, or at least to curb it totally, to make sure that we don't have this kind of escalation anymore here in this country. So we're expecting, hopefully, when Israel and the USA are done with Iran, it is the turn of Nigeria. It is the turn of all the terrorist group of Nigeria to have a bitter, pills test what it takes, at least, to be, an opposition, adversary, or opponent of USA and Israeli military, strength. So hopefully Christian communities in the Mid-Belt, in the Core North, in the Northeast are waiting. They are waiting. Let America, until America and Israel finish up with Iran. I think it is the turn of Nigeria as a country of particular concern. They must come to put everything in order here, because it has been raging for many years, and America has threatened to take care of the bandits, the Fulani herdsmen, all the terrorists that have been, slaughtering the Christians in their large numbers in the north, in the southwest, in the southeast, to come to an end. So we are waiting. Nigeria is waiting. Christians are expecting Donald Trump and the Benjamin Netanyahu-led, coalition to come to Nigeria and fight these terror groups. They have already pitched their tents, their camps all over southeast, all over southwest. You could see Kwara, Ondo State, Ekiti State is almost in their control. Yes, under their control, the control of terrorists. Mahmoud Al-Akrua Bandits especially has taken over various communities in Kwara State. Kwara State, that is believed to be part of, Yoruba State, has fallen to the control of bandits and other terrorist groups. I think it's the right time we should know that we don't negotiate with terrorists. It is against the Charter International Law of United Nations Organization to negotiate, to come to round table with terrorists. Terrorists are bloody group that don't have mercy, with humanity. They don't mercy humanity. They don't mercy mankind. They are sectarian group. They are radical group. They are radicalized Islamists. Their major aim is to buy people, to slaughter people, to murder Christians especially. You see what is going on in Nigeria today. We don't have enough food. The economy is down. The agricultural system of the country is no more operational. Why? Because farmers don't cultivate the land again. They don't go to their various farms because of bandits, Boko Haram, ISWAP, and the rest of the dangerous terror group across northern Nigeria. The north, we know, depend mostly or largely on farming. But today, they go to farm after paying tolls. Yes, they pay tolls to the bandits, they pay tolls to the ISWAP, they collect money in billions of naira before farmers could go to the farmland and cultivate the land. So hopefully the whole Christian communities, especially the Hausa natives, the mid-belters, the southwesterners and northeasterners, they are waiting for America, Donald Trump, and Israeli Benjamin Netanyahu to at least fulfill their promises, they made to Nigerian poor citizens. The security apparatus in this country have totally, collapsed. That's why Nigeria has been tagged a country of particular concern because of the terrorist activities in the north, in the southwest, in the northeast, in the northwest, in the mid-belt, even southeastern Nigeria is not left out. So we are waiting, and of course, with this put in place, Republic or United States of Biafra is emerging on alarming rates. Because that is what is expected of the country after Moore, one of the American congressmen, has concluded his findings. In Nigeria here, he just gone back to White House with all his reports that the only solution is disintegration. For us to get it right, disintegration, Nigeria could not be allowed to exist again. The spades, the menace, the encroachment of terrorist groups in Nigeria and other regions of this country has escalated into full pogrom. It has escalated into full war. So that's why United States is the only option. Hence, emancipation of United States of Biafra is imminent. It is coming. See it coming. All you doubting Thomas, you are going to see it manifest so soon. You could no longer doubt because the reality is so alarming and uncontrollable. There's no way you should deny it. You denied it in the first place until United States of America completed their research and findings has actually been pointing at the people, wicked Nigerians, political elites in the north sponsoring terrorism. And it is the high time terrorism should be put on check. That is the final solution. While we are expecting USA, the Biafrans are gathering their hopes, that it is the right time. Emancipation of the Prince of Africa, the youngest state, the youngest country that will emerge on this continent, that is the United States of Biafra. The people of the southeastern region have actually taken enough of oppression, persecution, and marginalization in Nigeria. So the best way to forward this country, to move forward, to forge ahead, is disintegration. Disintegration is division. Division is restructuring. Restructuring is regionalism. Regionalism is confederacy. Each and every regions or federative must have their autonomy with the president or prime minister, while in the centrality, I'm just providing a solution. the central will only be collecting their percentage. In terms of the natural resources and natural endowment that comes from each and every region of this country, I think hopefully we are going to get it right. America should come. Israel should come. The Republic of Biafra, that's the United States of Biafran people, are looking up to you. After 56 years of subjected, excruciating oppression, suppression, and marginalization. We are largely Christians in the southeastern Nigeria, and we're expecting America and Israel to come and dismember Nigeria. It is right time everybody should go their way. Here comes my analysis, an end. So, you should come online tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Share, subscribe from my YouTube channel, likes, and hit the notification bell. Follow me. And how do you follow me? Subscribe. You are highly esteemed viewers. I love you guys. I want you to be watching. Stay safe. Be security conscious. We don't sleep anymore in Nigeria with our two eyes closed. They are coming, from north down to south to dip their sword into the Atlantic Ocean, according to their forefather Ottoman Danfodio, the first jihadist in West Africa. Thank you so much for watching. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Freedom Media Communication with Raf, aka Raf Tresvant. Thank you.